What's up, guys? Today we're bringing back Danmachi because the movie's coming out pretty soon. We got a release date for you. We got some details from the game, which are sort of canon for the most part.
Yeah.
And so we got more specifics for the movie, kind of a direction of where we're going. And we're excited. Belle's back. New characters.
It's been a long 69 years, but we've waited.
We have some speculation in regards to the movie that we were talking about previously as to how things may work. As we pretty much have a timeline, at least we think, where the movie's going to take place. But let's talk about first, like when it's releasing and everything like that.
So the big news, it is coming out in February, and it's set to release February 15th. And I believe that's in Japan, so, you know, for all of us here, we're either going to be screwed or we're going to have to force to pirate it. So you'll know we'll get that when the day comes. But
we'll review the movie.
Yeah, we'll review
Hook or crook, you know. And, you know, we haven't really seen any announcement if Funimation is going to show it in the U.S.
Yeah, because we still even haven't. Yeah, because the trailer still hasn't even been released with English subs on it. So, like, as the moment, like, no news about that. But we do know that it is officially coming out then, so we're going to try to get our hands on it any way we can. But going into some other news, so the game, if you guys don't know, there is a companion game. I don't really know how much of the story that's told in that is canon, because it's a game that, it's like a JRPG that goes over the events of the anime, and they do have an event going on right now that is talking about the movie, and it's like, I guess the author gave this as like a prelude to the movie. And I play that game off and on, and Michael doesn't play that game, how dare you. But I did show him it, so we're here to talk about it because they do release a little bit of information on the new Familia that's going to be, like, I guess the main focus of the movie, and like 3 prominent members of the new Familia. So, first off, actually, you know what? I actually screenshotted the little description of the new goddess, so I'll just bring that up so I can read it. Probably should have done that beforehand. Sorry, we're just too excited about everything. But the new goddess is Artemis, which it's like classified as like the goddess of purity. And so, okay, goddess of the artist Familia, she is known as one of the 3 virgin goddesses. When it comes to romance, she is virtuous, as her renowned title forbids her members to have a romantic relationship with the Familia.
/ even know what men look like.
Yes. She has a noble personality, and oh gosh, and then it goes down there. Where is it at?
Can we read?
Can we read? I can't
it's
read.
Right there.
Oh, okay. Noble personality, and her Familia puts their trust in her absolute skill in archery that promises no missed arrow. So,
Arrow of Orion, she's an archer.
Yeah.
Boom.
And it's like, from like the little bit of dialogue they give you, it's, I guess it hints that she's like the most powerful goddess or the most capable goddess without using her powers, because she doesn't.
Similar to Hephaestus, as she is like, you know, the blacksmith.
Skilled. Yeah,
she's pretty skilled at combat, from what we've seen at least. Placing, you know, seeing how skilled she is, we kind of have to place it in the timeline of when this movie is happening, which we can get into now.
Yeah, which I speculate it's in between season 1 and 2. And
so that would be after the end of season 1 and then before book 6.
Right, which is, and that's mainly just because, one, from what we know of like the casting of characters in the movie, there's certain characters that are going to be introduced in season 2 that aren't listed there. And if you look at like the books, that is like really the only like big time lapse that, you know, there's like, I think like a month or something like that, maybe a couple weeks, something like that, and that's like the biggest gap we have.
Yeah,
that we don't know.
We could be after or during book 6, which is unlikely, but it's possible.
Yeah.
It's definitely before book 7 because Hirheim's not in the book.
Yeah,
not in the movie.
And regarding to like their Familia, we do know that they do not reside in Orion, but they are close to the city. So this will actually be, I don't know how they're going to play this, because in like the books, it's not until like book 8 that we actually see like the first canon thing of them being outside the city. So this might change things in terms of that, because they are located outside the city. And we do know that they operate, I think, for me, it like kind of resonated with Liu's character, because she has like this form of like, I guess, revenge justice, whereas their Familia, they classify themselves as warriors of justice, so they like protect people that are close by, and they kill monsters in the forest. I guess that's where they mainly reside, because that's where it alludes to. But you have 2 characters that are in Artemis Familia that seem to have a prominent role. We have, again, not really
names.
sure. I heard it once when it was doing the dialogue, but trust me, this may not be what it sounds like. But it's like Lente or Lenta. She's like a girl that we don't really know her position in the Familia, but she does have this. What would you classify? I kind of classify it as like she has parts like of multiple characters. Where she kind of reminds me of Ophelia a little bit because she's got this weird connection, but because she kind of has one that kind of mirrors like either like Belle and Hestia or like Ophelia and Eyes. So
yeah, it's not as prominent because I mean you get kind of with Ophelia you get almost a hate for Belle for the most part. I mean not really, but you don't get that kind of like attraction. But in the little bit that we saw, you know, she presumably talked or encountered Belle and she's like, oh man, it's fate, we're supposed to be together or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, but we'll have to see, you know, how that pans out in the movie, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and then we have probably the one that has more toll in the Familia, and that's Retsu, something like that. She's a redheaded chick, and she's the person that's like in charge of the Familia besides Artemis. And again, we got less information about her, probably the least out of the three, but we just know that she looks like she can handle herself because she's in charge.
Yeah, so these people are probably going to be low level. We're thinking 2 or 3 based on the timeline and how if Belle's going to be useful. Probably the leader's going to be level 3 now that I think about it.
Which is higher than Ares. Just
Yes.
to let you guys know out there. Because I'm pretty sure her Familia at least is more powerful than them.
Yeah, so what was I going to... I was going to say 2 major themes that we kind of speculate based on the information we've gotten. One is that this is going to be like a love-based story. So since you have Artemis, you know, these characters are not allowed to have romance or anything like that. In the prelude, it talks about them like wanting those things, or at least, you know, wanting to explore what love is. So I think that's probably going to be a major theme in the movie, especially with the god and the other element. Well, there's actually 3. So the second one is with Artemis having a relationship with Hestia. They kind of established that without establishing or confirming it.
Like we know that she has friends that are other gods when she was like in their version of heaven.
And since
it
they're
kind of
related,
yeah.
Hestia and Artemis are kind of related in some ways. We'll see. And then the third element, which Josh kind of brought up, is Belle has in the books. If you've read the books, I assume a lot of you have. Belle has a power to resist the beauty gods, and Artemis does have one line saying that like she's actually the opposite of a beauty god, being a goddess of purity. And then what was well,
it's like one of those things where it's like they don't really need to do this, nor is it something that I you know want to happen necessarily, but it's just something that I feel like is it would be a good way to connect things canonally, and that's that, you know, since we know that Belle is immune to the beauty goddesses, letting their influence not affect him in any way, it feels like they could possibly connect it to where his skill having that immunity is connected to Artemis. Maybe she gifts it to him. I don't really know how that would work, but that is something that I think that could be a key in connecting those stories and having them, you know, have an impact on the main story.
We really don't know how much the author wants to connect this, if it's a one-off or if they're going to bring the character back.
I have even a crazier theory out there, but I don't really know how much it's founded, because we're kind of unsure of the recollection of it, but we do know in Volume 12 there is a mysterious character that's introduced but not introduced that does have some elements.
Some maybe color of hair that may be one of the Artemis Familia.
Yeah. And I believe that chick even used a bow and arrow in the book. Not going to say that for sure.
It's been a while. Go back to the wiki, check it out, let us know.
But there is a possible connection there.
There is a possible connection they could build there. Previously, we almost thought it was like the evil girl in the side story, but that doesn't really work. So I don't know.
Also, there is one last thing that it's like really out there, but bear with me. In the very last like couple pieces of dialogue we get for this prelude, it does talk about how like Artemis is, I'm paraphrasing here, but like for a lack of a better term, like wishing upon the moon. And so that, I kind of wonder if that has any connection with the Arrow of Orion, since we do know that is, you know, the title of the movie and probably will have a main focal point as well. Kind of wondering, since she's a god, you know, like probably could wish things into existence. We'll see.
Yeah, we don't know what her powers are.
Yeah, we don't know what her divine powers. I don't think we kind of know what Histia's is, but it's really weird.
It's just like she's OP.
Yeah, she's just like a really fire and stuff.
Yeah, that works. Just kills people.
But yeah, looking forward to it. I don't know. You have a couple of sources where we could possibly look at this movie, so we're gonna try to have it as soon as we can.
Get a full review for you guys, and yeah, we're excited. The book 13 comes out March 18th, so. Or I think March 19th. Mm-hmm. So keep that in contact. We'll get that as soon as possible. Also, we have a couple more speculation videos we'll be doing, but this is just kind of update. And Danmachi is coming to Japan, to us, to our channel. We're bringing it back. It's our most popular. And, we're really enjoying all the content that we've gotten so far, Danmachi. Mm-hmm. Can't wait. Bunch of questions to be answered. Probably won't be any answered in 13. But yeah.
Probably not.
That's pretty much it.
Yep, and season 2 still in limbo.
We'll be there for you, season 2.
Yep. It better be coming this fall, though.
Hopefully. All right, well, that's pretty much it, guys. We're excited for the movie. I hope you are, too. Any other questions or speculations, put it in the comment section below. Mm-hmm. And we'll see you guys next time with more Danmachi content when it is there.
Yes.
All right.
Later, Addicts.
Later.